Lucas Harnish, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here and to be able to talk to you a little bit on what is going to be your exit interview. I'm so sad about this, but I'm so happy to be able to capture some of your experience on video and to share it with all of you guys. So let's jump right into the conversation. I've got some notes prepared, so you just kind of answer them as we go along and ask you some questions.
Right, sounds good.
So let's jump right into this conversation, guys. So we kind of want to start with a little introduction. My name is Salitra Sutherland. I am the broker owner of Elizabeth Road Realty, which is a real estate firm located in Virginia. I've had my broker's license for the last 19 years, and I've had my real estate license for 19 years, but I've only had my broker's license for 14. The firm turns 14 years old this year, so I'm pretty proud of that. But that's enough about me. Oh, and I'm licensed in Virginia and Maryland as well. But that's enough about me. We're really here with the spotlight on Lucas, who has been with me for a long time, and I'm really excited to talk to him with you guys. So, Lucas, give a little introduction about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Lucas Harnish. I've been a licensed realtor for 2 years now, just up on 2 years. I was Salitra's assistant before that, so she's been with me from the very start.
That's right.
And yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come.
So, don't give them too much now because we
Yeah.
have to go through these questions. So, let's start with the first one. How long have you been a licensed real estate agent?
So right up on 2 years in September. So
Okay, 2 years. That's a good period of time. So, what would you say in the very beginning sparked your love of real estate? Like, of all the things, why real estate?
well, I started in construction as a teenager. I never really wanted to do the like 9 to 5 office job. Didn't seem like something I really wanted to do. So I worked on a lot of projects with houses being built, renovated, that kind of thing, and I would see them turn over so fast and the new people coming in and out. And it really just interested me, the process of like buying and selling all of that, but I didn't know anything about it really. So after I called you and got a little bit more information, I decided to start school and I ended up really enjoying it.
Okay, okay, good, good. So, now let me ask you this question. You said after you called me. So, remind me, how did we get connected? Like, how did you first hear about Elizabeth Road Realty? Because we're not like a big box firm.
Yeah. So my grandmother and aunt were friends of you,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "We know this super awesome broker realtor, and
Awesome guy.
and she'll help you get your start for sure." So then I got your phone number. I think we exchanged some text messages at first,
That's right.
and then we got on a call, and I was like, "I need to get involved in this. Like, this sounds so fun."
That's right. I remember kind of our first conversations, and just like this is going, it's always been easy, you
Yes,
know? So
exactly.
that's been nice from the beginning. So now tell the people, how did you feel about going from being my assistant to getting your own license?
It was super great. Like I remember, especially when I first got my license, it felt so weird to actually like have the ability to buy and sell real estate all of a sudden, going from like not having access to any of these things. So it's definitely a learning experience, but it was such a great feeling to see you get from point A to point B.
That's right. That's right. Did you feel prepared coming from an assistant role to a licensed realtor role, or tell me your feelings about that?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I feel like being an assistant, you get to just even interacting with people. Like I remember I used to shadow you on like showings and stuff. It gives you a feel for like what to do when you get to a showing, that kind of thing. It just makes you feel a lot more prepared when you get your license that you're like, hey, if I do have a showing, I know what to do now.
That's
You know?
right. That's right. And that kind of translates to not just coming from an assistant role, but also making sure that a newer realtor finds a brokerage where you have access to someone more experienced than you, because then you can kind of shadow them and you learn quicker.
Yeah, it definitely helped.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. So let me ask you this next question. Um, and I want you to be honest. Do you feel like you made the right decision to start your career with the boutique brokerage? Because there are things to consider. Like I said, we're not big box, and so there is a difference in the culture and the training and coming on board. So honestly, do you feel like you made the right decision?
Yes, most definitely. I felt, from the very beginning, everything like you said earlier was so easy. It It was so easy to call you if I had a question. You know, you helped me along the whole process, even once I got my license, to get my first sign, all these little things you don't think about. So absolutely, I've loved it from the very beginning.
Good, good. I feel like being in a boutique brokerage too, not only you having access to me, but also me having access to you.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I didn't have to, as a broker, worry about, oh, what's Lucas doing?
Yeah.
Because we work together.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes, very close knit.
Yeah, so that made it really nice. So let me see. What's my next question? Let me ask this. So you like being here in the boutique brokerage. So let me ask you, what do you feel is like a pro about being in the firm?
I think I just mentioned it before, but like the close-knit feeling of knowing that, like, you know, you're one call away if there's an emergency or something like that that comes up. I think that's probably the number one thing, but there's a lot of things that I've just really grown to love being part of Elizabeth Road, but that's probably the biggest one.
Well, that makes me feel good. You know, I'm always transparent with you guys and with the team as well, letting you guys know that none of us are perfect, you know, and we're all working to serve the families that we're working with, to work as a team with each other. So we're doing the best that we can. We are giving red carpet service. So it's good to hear that you feel like being here was a pro. All right, good. So let's move on. Let me ask you this question. Have you found success in the real estate industry?
Yes, I definitely have. You know, as soon as I got my license, I kind of dove right in, and I really just dedicated a lot of time to just building the trust of my clients and working really hard for them, so that way I could build this business for myself. And obviously lots of tips from you to help me along the way. But yeah, I found a lot of success in it. You know, I was able to buy my first house this last year.
Don't tell them about that
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
We'll get to that later.
So yeah, I found a lot of success in it.
Good, good. And I'm going to tell you guys, Lucas is kind of being modest. When I say success, he has done extremely well. It got to be some points where I would say, Lucas, you have another house under contract? You have another house under contract? So I've been really proud, you know, of the work that you put in. And I appreciate, you know, you being open with what I added to your business. But at the same time, there's a lot of hard work that you put in.
Yeah.
You know, and that hard work really translated to your success in the industry. So let's talk about this. Speaking of success, why don't you tell everybody how you felt winning the Southside Virginia Association of Realtors Rookie of the Year Award?
That was such an incredible feeling because, you know, like we had just said, it's a lot of hard work to build the trust of your clients and to build your own business as a realtor. So winning that award, it was kind of just like a full circle moment of like, wow, my first year has been this successful and I've really worked for this. And like I said, going from assistant to doing school to the exam to getting your license, getting your first sign to that, it was such a great feeling. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And just to kind of go on to Lucas' point, like our association is a 600 member association. So to win the Rookie of the Year is a big deal, you know, and so I'm so proud of you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm also, you know, want to put a little shout out there. Our firm has won Rookie of the Year twice for new agents, and so it kind of talks to the testament of that relationship and that back and forth with the broker and the agent working to really accomplish some goals and
Most
to make
definitely.
you all successful. So that was awesome. And I remember seeing your face. You were like, oh my gosh, you know, and everybody was hugging you afterward.
Yeah, it was definitely a shock. I was not expecting it. And when they called my name, I was like, me? Like, what? No. So it was a great feeling for sure.
That's right. I'm happy. Okay, so let me see. Where are we? Okay, so speaking of success and talking about things you were able to accomplish, how did you feel being able to buy your first home at such a young age? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22, guys. Okay, so he's doing all this at 22 years old and has also purchased his first home. So tell everybody about that.
So that was also a really cool feeling. You know, like I said, I had worked so hard in real estate and I got to the place where it was time for me to move out on my own at 21. And I was like, I really don't want to rent. I want to buy. I'm like, I know the value of it being in this industry. So it didn't take long for me to find one, but it was a really great feeling to kind of have ownership of something at such a young age and to, you know, be building equity and all of those things. So it definitely was a super great feeling, very fulfilling.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I've always been so impressed with you is that you have been so resourceful in the things that you have done,
Thank
and
you.
accomplishing the goal of home ownership. As we know, it's a journey,
Yes,
and
it is.
everybody's journey is different. Everybody can do it, but everybody's journey is different. And
Exactly.
so to be able to accomplish that in harmony with the industry that you're in, seeing the value in it, really propelled you further than a lot of people your age. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let me see. Where am I? So let me ask you this question. We've talked about some of the accomplishments, which you've been able to do, but let's keep it honest. What has been something that's been very challenging?
Challenging. I think that real estate is something that is very unique. It's a very unique industry, and one of the most unique things about it is that your hours are going to vary a lot. Everything is kind of contingent on what you put into it, and that was one of the challenges I liked about it. But it definitely does pose to be a challenge when you get overwhelmed, like when you own your own house and you're doing all these different things. It can be a little challenging to balance all of that. But like I said, it is very rewarding if you just stick with it.
That's right. That's right. And I appreciate that point because a lot of people will see realtors on social media. They'll see them
Yes.
on these selling sunset, and all you see is like the glamorized version of what it means to be a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the hours that you put in, the
Yes.
showings that you work,
A lot.
the responsibility, the contracts, managing different customers' expectations,
Yeah.
that is a challenge.
Yeah,
I
it's a
agree
lot
with
to
you.
juggle, but it is very rewarding, and that's what's so great about it.
Managing our client stress, but also our own,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, so the reason why we're here though is heartbreaking. It's because this is actually an exit interview. So as we mentioned early in the conversation, Lucas has been here with the firm since day one of his career, and now he's about to embark on a new adventure. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I am actually moving out to California, Los Angeles.
Cali?
So yeah, so I'm really excited for this next chapter, and like I said, to have accomplished so much while I was here and to be entering this in such a good way, I'm super excited.
That's right. I know you are. So when you go to California, do you plan to still do real estate?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. I've already started school and I am so excited to kind of learn a new market and meet new clients and just kind of start over there.
That's right. That's right. Because I was going to ask you, what plans have you made and, some of the things. So you've already found a school and
Yes.
have you looked into other brokerages and stuff there?
Lightly, yeah, there's a lot to offer over there. So
Yeah.
I've been definitely looking around, kind of taking my time with it, want to find a good brokerage like I've been part of.
That's right.
So kind of taking my time with that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot at your fingertips there. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing that I think you've done well is that, you made it a point. I liked how you said on one of our previous phone conversations, you were like, I want to make sure that I leave everything here with my current brokerage and my current clients in good condition.
Yes.
You have not burned any bridges. You have buttoned up your work. You have made sure that all of your deals you have going on, they're going to close, okay?
Of course,
So,
yes.
all your deals are closing, and even with your clients, you gave them a heads up. You didn't just leave them. So I think you've done that really well, and I'm very confident that when you go to California, you will find your place and you will do just as well there.
Well, thank you.
You will not find as good as broker as me, but Okay, so then let me ask you this. So as we kind of conclude the interview, because I don't want to make it too long and drawn out, is there anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to add to the conversation?
Just that, it's been such an incredible journey at Elizabeth Road, and I've learned so much, and I'm so grateful for that.
Aww.
And I'm excited for this next chapter, but I'm grateful for everything I've learned while I was here.
Very good, very good. So I guess I'll just close in saying thank you. I have really enjoyed your presence in the firm, your enthusiasm for real estate, the fact that you're young and I am not young anymore. But it's been nice having you on the team, and I think over the years, about how protective I am about our firm family, and it's really nice to find like-minded people that have the attitude of service to the community, that also value teamwork
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
you value collaboration over competition.
Precisely,
You know,
yes.
and I remember, you know, one thing that I love is it's not only that you feel comfortable reaching out to me, but you know, you told me, you know, Salitra, I reached out to such and such in the firm because I had this question and what do you think about this? So just the relationship among the team, you've been a great part of that, and I've really appreciated you being here with us.
Well, thank you. I've loved it as well.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. About to drop my phone. That's it, guys. We just wanted to interview Lucas, wish him well, and thank him for all the hard work he's done. So if you see him in Cali, you'll know where he is.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.